Yeah, so like summer's here.
Welcome.
My air conditioner broke this morning.
Fuck.
And
That's
thanks to COVID, it's like nobody can come
right.
and they'll deliver them, but they won't come up to swap them out. Now, funny story. We have the in-wall air conditioner units.
Yeah, me too.
And so I called Tom today. I'm like, oh, this happened because he was at work at Fox. And he's like, yeah, no problem. Like, I did the last one, but I legit have a picture and he didn't do the last one. I installed the last one. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure there's a picture on Instagram
You
of me
installing.
but we did get two, so he might have done one. But yeah. How has like the start to your summer been?
I have no idea. I turned 40
Yeah.
and then I don't remember.
Yeah.
So it's like it's one thing after another, and the days blend together.
Yeah.
Blend together. It's just like, oh, getting by to get by.
Now your kids haven't broken out the mask matching bathing suits yet, have they?
Not yet. Those
Not
are
yet.
just for me.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh wait, you didn't buy them for the kids. You actually just bought yourself a pair.
Me.
That's amazing.
It's
Well,
Dior, they're Louis Vuitton, Dior, and I think some other designer.
I
That-
mean, you know, when you first told me about that, it was like sort of at the beginning of this thing, and I thought, funny, but he's never going to use it. Like, who would have thought?
I was all in because I knew this wasn't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know, speaking of summer, and I think it was like a really rude awakening trying to get into some of my summer clothes.
Okay.
I wrote an email to Dr. Ruff today and I was like, so about that liposuction. Seriously. Yeah, I feel like there's probably a lot of people out there. You know, we haven't been able to hit the gym as much. And as much as we want to be eating well and healthy, that's not always easy to do.
No, it's not. It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
This guest is so relatable for me. There's a reference to Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and I literally crushed a chunky monkey last night just crushed it.
Did you really?
Oh, banana ice cream with chocolate and walnuts and over. Like just killed it. Catching up with a friend on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Started the ice cream and I went right to the bottom.
You pinted. I got it. You pinted last night. It happens to the
wild.
best of us. What? It's been, you know, I know. Well, this is 40. Womp, womp, womp. But speaking of our guest today, she is, her name is Tatiana, and I met her at an event, and she has been in the beauty business. She's written for Vogue. She's written for the New York Times, and she has started a meal delivery service called Eat Sunny in the middle. Literally, she was telling me about this the week before the pandemic hit. And I actually think that in some ways, wow, crushing timing to start a business, except for her business, is great because you don't have to go to the grocery store and you're getting food delivered to you, and healthy food that's going to boost your immunity, that's going to boost your beauty, and, you know, also going to help you get ready for summer.
And I don't have to cook it. I don't have to cook.
You absolutely don't have to cook.
Oh, sold.
And she is very relatable. And I love that we got on and the first thing that we started talking about was our lights.
I'm getting one. It's arriving next Tuesday.
It's the best thing ever. Which brand did you get?
I wanted to get the newer or something like that. They ran out of that.
Yeah. We have the newer lights. They're the best.
I think it starts with an F. I bought it from, that digital photography studio, they're like a photography superstore.
Adorama or B&H?
No, B&H.
B&H, yeah.
And this was the one that they suggested since they didn't have like the newer is on back order or something like that.
Oh, for sure. Because everybody now is realizing with all of these video chats, we need to look and feel our best. I just ordered a green screen. So in the near future, you will see our beautiful art beauty virtual office behind me. We're going to try that out.
I should, I should get a green screen too, because then I could put Eat Sunny behind it.
Yes. Yes. I mean, Zoom does a pretty good job of keying you out, but if you have a green screen, and actually, here's a little inside tip.
Uh-huh.
You can put a piece of cardboard behind you.
Uh-huh.
Essentially, what you want, and this comes from my dad, who will probably be listening to this right now. So thank you, Dad. What you want is just a solid color background. If you have any solid background,
Uh-huh.
the computer has a much easier time. It puts less stress on the CPU. So if any solid background, even a brown one, you'll key out better.
That's
Nice.
a great tip.
Yes. Anyhow, well, we're so happy to have you on, Tatiana, and congrats on starting Eat Sunny, new business in the middle of this nutso time. How has that been?
It's been nutso. That's the right way to describe it. Our business model is to be discoverable in doctors' offices, hair salons, gyms. Obviously, nobody's going to any of those places. So we've had to pivot. And
Right.
when my first instinct, this is what I started saying, was to say, okay, look, this is not the moment to start a business. I'm just going to press pause and we will start when it makes sense again. But then I realized that actually we had three main core value propositions for the food. It was all designed to do three things. One, boost immunity, because when we talk about health, what really matters. And two, satisfy, because I think that a lot of those meal delivery programs out there that have a lot of the nutritious, ingredients and benefits, they just aren't satisfying.
They're
And then
disgusting. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, they're just, it's that not satisfying from a pleasure point of view, or you feel like you've had enough when you finish the meal.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. Such a good point.
Yeah. Satisfaction is like both things, right? So immunity boosting, satisfying, and then the last piece is, of course, beauty boosting.
Yes.
And what's really interesting is, and I think we're going to talk a little bit about this today, and this is what I feel so passionately about, is that relationship between beauty and immunity.
Sure.
The same nutrients, the same foods that boost our immunity are the same foods that are important for us for healthy skin aging, healthy hair, clear complexion, glowy, radiant, complexion and skin. And so my motto has always been health is beauty and beauty is health.
Absolutely.
The two are literally the same thing.
Yes, you can be having like the best products in the world and the most expensive, but if you're eating like crap, it's going to show in your skin, in your hair, in your nails.
Or if you're not eating at all. I've always said, having a salon in New York City for over a decade, I could always tell when a girl didn't eat, was on the wrong medication, or needed to change her medication or get on something else, or if she took too much of another medication. I could tell. I could tell by touching her hair what her scalp looked like. I knew her entire life by just the back of her head. And it was frightening.
Well, you know that like trichiology, and when doctors want to see what you've been consuming, not just, in your blood, but long term, they take your hair, because your hair is a total reflection of your lifestyle and in particular your nutrition. The way that we look is a reflection of our lifestyle. And as we move towards this period where everybody's talking about, this is where the beauty industry is heading, which is, okay, in plastic surgery, it's all about looking natural. In skincare and beauty, all of the sales increase in the beauty industry have been primarily weighted towards skincare and less towards actual makeup sales. And that's because we have millennials, and even when I'm older than that, women who are older, who I don't want to have to wear foundation. I want to look up and look amazing. And so that's the thing, is like, then food and lifestyle becomes all the more important, because if we don't want to wear makeup, or we want to look like we're not wearing makeup, then our skin, our complexion really matters.
And I was peeking on your site. Your executive chef has worked with some pretty powerhouse, famous celebrities. Can we mention them?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so Kim Cattrall, she's the most gorgeous. Mary Cantone from Sex and the City. These are really some very well-known household names. Fran Drescher was another one that I remember I saw.
Yes. Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to Alan Wise. He is my
Yeah.
executive chef. He is such a talent. I thank my stars every single day. The way that we work together is I'm a holistic health coach and a personal trainer with a background in fitness nutrition, as well as a veteran beauty editor. So I've been studying health, nutrition, and the link between beauty for over 15 years. And so I know, because of my background, which ingredients do what, and in terms of like macronutrient balance, total calorie count, how much is fat, protein, carb, all of that. So Alan and I work together, and we kind of talk about different ideas, things that we think are delicious and are craving and can fit within this kind of formula of what's healthy. And then he just takes it to the moon in terms of like how delicious it is. So I'm so fortunate to have him, on my team.
So let's get into some of what you're finding are the foods that, like, especially right now, we should be eating to not only feel better, but boost things like our skin, hair, nails.
The main nutrients, when you look at really the peer-reviewed scientific data, that's all now been done. A lot has come out of the University of Southern California. Is that vitamins A, C, and E, the same things that we see in a lot of our skincare ingredients, ingesting them is really important too. They're antioxidants, and so we know that the whole reason we put antioxidants on our face is to fight free radicals, those unstable elements within a cell that kind of quickly age cells faster than they can and make the cell not perform the way that it should. So it does that in the same way when we ingest antioxidants, and it does it more on a systemic level. So you can either apply those antioxidants topically to your skin, and you should, but you also should be eating them so your skin doesn't prematurely age, and you get all that great glow and cellular metabolism and your cell's ability to detoxify. All of that is important when it comes to antioxidants. Then, in addition to that, I think there are a number of things. So there's also prebiotics and probiotics, which are important
Yes.
for your gut.
Yeah.
There's a huge gut, skin, brain triumvirate. That Dr. Whitney Bowe has actually done a lot of work. She's a pioneering dermatologist in that field.
Yeah, we recently had Dr. Eldred Taylor, who is also did a great, wonderful podcast on probiotics and how they, inside affects the outside.
Yes, and so our Eat Sunny meals. Okay, so we load our meals with the vegetables and grains that have the specific antioxidants and minerals, as well as probiotics and prebiotics. And prebiotics, okay, so I'll just back up. Vitamin A is like orange, anything orange, so carrots and butternut squash, and anytime you see something orange, it has vitamin A in it. Vitamin C is obviously in citrus fruits, but it's also in cauliflower and kale and dark leafy greens. And then vitamin E is often found in like those omega-3 rich kind of seeds, and like the flax seeds and the hemp seeds. And olive oil. Those kinds of fats often come with a lot of vitamin E in addition to it. So then there is the probiotics, which are like yogurts and fermented foods, Greek yogurt, miso,
kimchi, right? Kimchi is a great one.
Right. So many, like fermented cabbage, pickles, as long as they're kind of, they're raw and it says, it has probiotics in it. And then prebiotics are it's the bacteria that feeds all those great probiotics. So the probiotics are you're consuming actual bacteria that makes it through your digestive system into your gut, your small intestine, your large intestine. And then the prebiotics feed all of that beneficial bacteria. And for prebiotics, we're talking about garlic, onion, sunchokes, artichokes, for example. Those foods are all very high, as well as rolled oats. So you'll see a lot of rolled oats on the menu for Eat Sunny, because it's, just like a classic food. Like, who knew? This is one of the reasons why oatmeal is so darn good for you.
I have recently started doing overnight oats, which I just forgot about because, we're going now into the warmer weather and oatmeal's so easy to get. I mix it with like a little unsweetened almond milk.
Yeah.
Leave it overnight, and then blackberries are my favorite thing. They're finally in season, and that's what I've been eating every morning. And it actually keeps me full,
Yes.
which is really nice.
So remember when I was talking about satisfying, like food that's satisfying,
Mm-hmm.
we specifically choose high fiber foods that are what's called slow gastric emptying. So they're slow digesting foods.
Right.
And what that means is that you can consume maybe a smaller amount of total calories, but feel satisfied for the longer term because your body actually has to work a little bit harder to break that down. And so it's then ready to move into your intestinal system.
And so, Eat Sunny is right now only in New York.
At the moment, yes, but in about 4 weeks, we're going to begin shipping. And in June,
great.
Well, yes. So 2-day ground to anywhere, within a kind of a radius. So all along the Northeastern corridor.
Yay.
Okay. And now, but for some of our listeners who might not have access to it, or maybe, to be quite honest, don't have the budget to do something like that right now. Or maybe you've got kids and you need to be prepping meals. Or do you have any of your own go-tos right now that you feel like, okay, I do this and it makes a huge difference in how I look and feel?
Okay, well, the one other thing that I wanted to add about what makes our meals a little bit special and beauty boosting is we also add collagen and amla berry powder and pearl powder and spirulina and all these other like adaptogenic special superfood powders in the food so that you don't have to take those things extra. So when you talk about cost, that's what kind of triggers my thing, is like people talk about like how affordable food and it's important, but how many people out there are like, I don't want to spend maybe there's, they don't want to spend like $20 on a meal or $18 a meal, which chances are they are if they're going out and getting fast casual or whatever. But then they're spending $50, $100 on a bottle of supplements that they don't really even know if their body is absorbing those nutrients or not. So I like to think that like the vitamins in our food are the most bioavailable that you can possibly get your hands on because actual food is how our body's meant to consume these nutrients that are beauty boosting. It's meant to come from food. And then in addition to that, we put all those great powders in our food. So I really believe that that we are a good value. And that if somebody's out there spending $200 on a serum, or think about all the money that we spend, think about all the money people spend on body contouring treatments. I think taking care of yourself and starting with the first building block of the way you look and feel, which is food, is like where you should prioritize, where you're investing in yourself.
So let's get into it. What is the cost of your meal plans?
So we start at $189 for 3 days.
Okay.
And, right now we're running a Get Sunny. It's all one word, GETSUNNY promotion because we just launched. And we want people to give us a try and discover the Eat Sunny difference. So with the Get Sunny code that you put in at checkout, you get $40 off your order, which brings it down to $149 for 3 days. And for 3 days, that means you get a total of 9 meals. So 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, 3 dinners, and 3 snacks. And I challenge anybody who makes Sweet Green or Dig In or any fast casual place a part of their regular food routine to kind of do the math of what they're spending on food anyways.
We were just talking about that.
We were just talking about this. Like I'm very acutely aware now of what my family spends on food because my husband and I, it's the only thing we're buying right now,
right.
And we'll occasionally do a takeout, but we're cooking a lot more because we have the time to.
Right. And so, and that's great. I love cooking too, but there are plenty of people out there who don't love to cook and find it a total grind and it's bumming them out. And, and so that, there's what you just said was the whole idea is like, for people who are time pressed, don't have the time, boom, we're your answer. During the week, you want to cook, but you don't have the time, Eat Sunny.
I'm sold because I just signed up for a delivery. So like I'm already paying $100 and change and I have to cook it.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you've just sold me
all right.
immediately. I'm in because I had to cook a chicken thing the other and I so failed.
Yeah.
And it was so embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing, but that's exactly, the whole reason that we did this is to make, wellness goals, health, take it all off your plate. You don't have to grocery shop. You don't have to prep or cook, and you don't even have to worry about portioning. So you know that what you're getting on your plate is exactly what you need, no more, no less. And
okay, but I need more than 3 days. So what's the next package?
Well, 5. But we do it in 2 deliveries because the food only stays optimal, and there's a salad. But actually the breakfast and dinners we also made so you can freeze it. So say we're not living in this quarantine nightmare and we actually have places to go and people to see, then you can always just say you have a breakfast meal. You're like, oh shoot, I'm doing this subscription plan. Pop it in the freezer. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't go to waste. I hate waste. Okay, so when you talk about like cost and when you talk about waste, just remember I'm Midwestern, so everything.
Say no more.
I'm the same way though. So, and I hate, especially when you go, I will spend more to buy a smaller contained package of herbs because I hate when you buy like a bunch of cilantro and you throw it out. I was in the store the other day and they make this organic and it's, I don't know, 5 strands of cilantro. It's a cilantro you'd use for one recipe.
I know what you're talking about.
And my husband was like, it's the same price as the big bunch. But I was like, but we're not throwing the big bunch out. And I cannot stand to waste food. I find it horrific.
But you won't freeze cilantro?
What?
Will you freeze cilantro?
Does it freeze well? I've never found a good way to like.
Freeze it. You absolutely can freeze it.
You just mince it.
Well, it's okay. It won't. The only thing you can absolutely freeze it. You can freeze herbs. You can freeze avocados. There's so many things that you can freeze. But
I will one up you. What I decided to do is I walked 2 miles to go to the local Home Depot, and I kid you not, I am growing it right now in my guest bedroom. I know, and basil, and it's coming up. I bought a little grow light. And
Love it.
I know, because I was like, you know what, Tom, what if we just start to grow it ourselves? So I got you remember burpee seeds?
Yeah.
They still make them. I'm like, it's $1 a pack. And it's just also so fulfilling because it like allows me to like create life in this time when you just hear about life is not in a great state right now. And yeah, so.
I'm proud of you.
I love that. One thing though, is if you do buy the cilantro, the big pack next time, wash it. So it's clean, right? Yeah. And then cut it. And then you can actually put it in ice cubes with water and freeze it in ice cubes. And then the way that you can use it is like pop out an ice and then take it out of your ice cube thing, pop it into a freezer bag, and then take those little ice cubes and pop them into your soup or your stew or your anything where you want that cilantro flavor. You can do that with basil too. And almost any herb.
I learned that from Trader Joe's though.
I was gonna say, I've seen it in Trader Joe's in that like little, and they're like little tiny cubes, but I thought this can't be good because it's not going to be as good as fresh. I mean, Tatiana, thank you.
It's fresh, but the only thing that you can't do is like, cilantro is so beautiful. So you can't like have a fresh sprinkle, say if you're making tacos or whatever, that it won't be pretty enough. It won't taste fresh enough. It's meant to be then incorporated into cooked meals.
Stir fries, soups, stews.
Oh, love that.
Rice.
Yeah. Curry. Oh my gosh. I love cilantro and curry.
Learn something new every day. Yay.
And by the way, I know you're like, you need to be quiet, but like.
No, not at all. No.
I get so excited. I'm sorry. I just get so excited about this. Herbs are super high in nutrients, in phytochemicals. They are powerhouses. So not only do they taste amazing, they are great for skin.
I love you being so passionate about food. There is a show on Netflix right now. It's called Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat from the woman, she wrote the book.
Yeah.
And it's just essentially, it's 4 episodes. Ryan, if you have some downtime, it really shows this love affair with food. And it made me realize like when I went over and like had a piece of cheese, it's not what you want to watch late at night because I immediately needed a piece of cheese, but you really just have this appreciation for all of the love and the care that goes into good food. And I
Mhm.
can see that you have that. And I love that I remember we were sitting next to each other at this event and you were like, I'm just about to start my own company. And, you've got so much experience in this realm of fitness and nutrition. I love that you're so passionate about it. That's what I want you to share here.
Well, thank you. I mean, one thing that I want to talk about, because you are such a voice for the industry of plastic surgery, dermatology. One of the other reasons why I kind of saw a space in the market for Eat Sunny, yes, meals are formulated a little bit different than I think the other, meal delivery companies out there. They're specifically for beauty, immunity, satisfaction. But more than that, we're also marketing through dermatology and plastic surgery offices, because I think I talked to you a little bit about this. I am so into this moment when a woman goes to dermatologist or plastic surgeon, having been a beauty editor for a lot of my career, that I really believe that when a woman invests in her appearance and goes to these places, she's in this very beautiful, like, kind of that, I think of it as like the caterpillar right before it becomes a butterfly. This moment where she's looking for betterment,
Yeah.
looking and also looking to invest in herself. When you sit down, you write a check for whatever it is, I don't care. Botox, fillers, Fraxel, nose job, boob job. I don't care what it is. You are saying, I am worth it. It's so self-affirming. And I want to be there as just like as Eat Sunny, to be like, yes, girl, like invest in yourself. Like you are so worth it. And guys too, 100%. And here we are, Eat Sunny, to support this moment in your life and help you fulfill your potential and become the person you have always been, and let that shine on the outside too. Because I think transformation is really about becoming more of who you already are.
Sure.
And so I'm so passionate.
No, I love it. And also, you touch on a really good point. Having this, when you're getting all of these procedures, if you're going to spend the money on Botox, on liposuction, and then go back to eating like crap, you might as well have just thrown that money away. So the food aspect is really crucial. And also, especially right after you've had something done, who wants to cook, right? I mean,
Well,
that's a
no,
great time
I
to
have to
have
tell
it.
you, it is the most important time to have it. Anytime I've had plastic surgery, I've, for whatever reason, been very lucky to have someone from Brazil in my life. The last time I had someone from Angola, she's still in my life today, who cooks from scratch, who cooks from organic, all natural, all like raw-ish. So when I've been in recovery from plastic surgery, I have had the most nutrient fulfilled foods that I could possibly get. And usually in a soup, usually in a stew, usually in some type of smoothie, because you can't really consume a lot right after. But it is one of the most important ways to help your healing boost.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. I believe that, even before pre-op,
Yeah.
preparing your body
Yes.
before surgery is important, and post-op helping it heal. And exactly, Amber, what you said, why spend this money if also, why spend it unless you're truly ready to like kickstart healthier habits? They're going to support this wonderful thing that you're doing for yourself. And so I think doctors as well recognize that the future of beauty is holistic. So it's what they do plus what you're doing yourself to support them.
I think it'll also be helpful to certain people who are trying to improve upon their health, to see like what a real breakfast portion is, what a real lunch portion is supposed to be, and so
Can
using
I say
this not only as like a wonderful way to jumpstart your health, and some people will stay on this, but using it to educate yourself about meal sizes and portion sizes, and yeah.
100%. So you're so right about that. And the other thing that's kind of magical is that health is habit. So say you've been like a lot of us in this quarantine, the world is going to end, might as well dig into the fish food, Ben and Jerry's.
Is that what yours is? Wait, share with us.
Oh, good. So that's
Okay.
why we were that specific. But so like we all have these things that like we can get off course, right? And then we can get back on course. And so, but getting back on course gets really hard. And the reason why is because our bodies are literally crave what we eat. So if you're eating a lot of sugar, a lot of fat, overfeeding yourself, starving, like binge, and like people who tend to starve themselves during the day and then overeat at night, all those things become habitual and it's behavioral.
Yeah.
So there's a piece to Eat Sunny that actually is about behaviors and helping you get back into a structured form of eating. So it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner and a snack. So you can see, okay, this is like we don't really talk about calorie counts because we really don't market at all for weight loss. And that's a whole other, topic that I'd love to talk about, why I'm so anti-diet, kind of marketing. But our food is properly calibrated. So you're never going to get more than around 1,400 calories per day. Generally, it's between 1,300 and 1,400 calories. The meals are around 400 calories a piece. So for someone who does need that kind of check in terms of like what like a kind of a very healthy caloric consumption amount for a given day, we behaviorally can help you because we're literally providing structure to how you're eating. And so also on the packaging, we have information about what's in it. So you learn as you eat which ingredients do what for you. And so hopefully my hope is like not to sell people for the rest of their lives. Come to us, do Eat Sunny. We'll be there for you when you need us. We'll get you back on track when you need to be gotten back on track. We'll be there for you when you don't have the time or just get tired of cooking. But I want to educate. I'm an educator. And I want to give people empower them with the knowledge of how to eat when they're not following Eat Sunny.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. So, okay, if people want to find out more about the plans, if they're ready to get started, eatsunny.com.
Yes, eatsunny.com.
And you've got vegetarian options too.
So right now, at this exact moment, you can order vegetarian or flexitarian.
Okay.
3 days and 5 days. But in a couple weeks, you'll also have the option to fill your own bag. So you will be able to choose from our menu exactly what it is that you want. And so for the people who just are like, feed me, I don't want to make decisions, boom, we got you. And then for the people who are like, I really am into food and I know I want the Moroccan chicken and the red vegetable curry and, the waffle instead of the oatmeal, like whatever it is that you want, you'll be able to customize it. I'm so excited.
Yay!
Yes.
Check us out, like, subscribe, give us your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, we're going to see you next Tuesday.